Meet Frank Mohler. He's outstanding in his field, literally.
I am the chairman of the board of PCP. Pacific Coast Producers. Pacific Coast Producers is what's called a private label producer. Pacific Coast Producers is an agricultural processing cooperative that's owned by about 160 grower members.
But Frank's not just PCP's chairman, he's also a PCP grower member.
I farm quite a few thousand acres. I raise about 20 different varieties of tomatoes on the acres that I grow.
On his family farm in Woodland in California's Central Valley.
The Central Valley of California is the best area in the world to grow processing tomatoes. We have famous tomatoes. Growing processing tomatoes, it's an art, it's a science, and it's still farming. So it's all of those things together, which adds to the fascination of farming.
It takes plenty of sun and water.
We're sitting on a piece of land that's irrigated with well water.
And good earth.
This is called YOLO loam, and it's class 1, which is as good as you can get. So yes, I believe my tomatoes are better than most of my competition. And this field is an example of what I mean by that.
But Frank started growing his tomatoes even before they came to his field. In a giant greenhouse just a few miles away. Frank selected the seed himself.
Each processor that I work with tells me which varieties they want that will fit best in their pack.
Which were planted by the thousands into trays full of nutrient-rich soil, and then germinated, and then spread out in giant greenhouses to soak up the California sun.
I have over 20 million tomato plants in the greenhouse that will be planted, every one of them by hand. So I plant about 7,050 of these plants per acre in a single row, one row per bed on a 60-inch bed. They have to hold a plant in exactly the right spot, so when that wheel comes around, it's going to drop the plant into a little groove that's made by the shoot.
The seedlings are carefully transplanted into soil Frank prepared months ago.
We talk about doing things like feeding the soil. We work organic matter back into the soil. We add soil amendments to it to try and keep it in balance. Well, someone has to take care of the soil if we're going to produce a food supply to feed the world. The soil has to be taken care of because this is where our food supply comes from.
And each tomato plant gets its own water supply. It's called drip irrigation.
You can see that drip tape is buried right there.
Drip lines course down the length of each row.
So through these drip tape lines, I put on exactly the amount of water that the plant needs.
Which means not a single drop is wasted. Water conservation and the way Frank cares for his soil.
See how fine that is? Crumbles apart, loose.
Means Frank's crop is sustainable. He's an industry leader in sustainability. Outstanding in his field.
All right, that's enough. Sustainability to me means that I can do this year after year after year continuously. What we produce in California is tremendous, and people just don't understand that. If that's a message I could get to everybody, it's California agriculture is something we need to cherish and to make sure that we're going to keep this going on and on and on, because it's the pride of the world. But this plant is on its way to producing a crop. So it's my job now to make sure it has enough water and whatever else it needs to grow. I do care about my tomatoes. I care about every crop that I grow out here, and I take a lot of pride in what I'm doing. I spend a lot of time out here, and a lot of thought and effort goes into this to produce the best quality and product that I possibly can for every customer out there.